Oh god. Okay, I wanna watch this one. It's a I did a thing video, and he's making the world's most powerful hammer. Let's go. I wanna see. Yes.
How you going? I'm still in lockdown, and I'm bored, really bored.
Alright, the video's
So
like
bored,
a year
I've been
old.
finding ways to make mundane activities more of a challenge and dangerous.
Why is there
But
a
so
nut
far,
trap?
haven't found anything exciting enough. But then I saw the experts, Mexicans.
What?
So today, I'm gonna make my version of their hammer.
Look at this! It's so fucking cool looking! Sheesh. Yeah, it's barefoot guy.
And even though I'm thoroughly sick of lockdown and being unable to do stuff, luckily today's sponsor, NordVPN, allows me to travel the world wherever I want. Here are some photos of me on my recent trip to Paris. And here's me in New York key. I've been a Nord customer for years and love the fact that it's easy to use with a single click, allowing me to access over 5,200 servers in 60 countries that gives me the fastest speed of any VPN out there. It also protects all my internet data behind its ultra-secure wall of next-generation encryption, which is great when I'm being dodgy. Let's say I'm sick of being in Sydney, where the COVID cases are too high. I just change my location, and now I'm in Singapore, watching and hanging out with the cast of Singapore Social. It just takes one click, open the map, click on the location, and you'll be connected in seconds. So, to protect your data and to get the most out of streaming services from all across the world, just go to nordvpn.com/ididthing to get a 2-year plan plus 4 additional months with a huge discount. So, what are you waiting for? Go use my link in the description now and go start surfing all over the world today. Alright, now some of you probably already know I'm not the first to copy the Mexicans with explosive hammers, and an Australian company, Ramset, beat me to it making this, which is used to drive nails through brick and metal. And I could just buy one of these, but look at that price, $1,000. I'm definitely better off making my own.
You can't see the price, but it did say $1,000.
Okay, so this is my plan. I've collected all the scrap metal in my house.
Yeah, smooth. Nailed it. Until it falls onto his...
Which I reckon I can combine to make this.
The floor is a void. Oh.
It's pretty simple. Just a block of metal in 2 pieces with a swivel point here. Then you put the nail inside with a charge behind it. And when I hit the nail here, it moves back and hopefully sets off the charge, firing the nail out the end. And some of you might recognize some similarities between this and stuff made here's baseball bat. But look, if he's allowed to copy my steel-toed croc video and make it much better, then I'm allowed to copy his video and make it much worse. And that's my idea. But I don't actually think I have the skills to make this, since this is my first time using a lathe, and so far I've only made this.
That looks very sussy.
That is similar. And
I know exactly what this is!
And fits in the 3-jaw chuck. I'm using square bar for the hammer, which doesn't fit. So either I add another jaw on the side, or use this 4-jaw chuck. And this sounds like an easy solution, but when you put material in a 4-jaw chuck like this, it needs to be centered using one of these. And I hate being precise. I always avoid it, but now, thanks to this tool, I have the ability to tell how unprecise I am, accurate to 1/100th of a millimeter. This is dumb. I feel like nothing I do makes any sense. I hit this side, and now this side has moved in. And then I turn this thing, and now the whole thing's the wrong way. But after mucking around with it for ages, I seem to have gotten the piece rough. So I brought in the tool to do a cut across the face. And lathing is a lot of fun and really makes you feel like a man with a big manly tool. Mainly because it allows me to finally grow
Oh, the splinters!
And that facing cut feels pretty smooth.
I have never felt so uncomfortable. Oh my, that must be so much pain.
Okay, now I'm going to drill a hole in the center of the block. And this is the scary part.
Oh, the splinters, that must be everywhere now. Oh god. I can't. How did he not get cut at all? Sheesh. Oh goodness. With all the fucking metal and the this all the my butthole is puckering looking at this. It's just my butthole becomes uncomfortable. It does this thing where it's just like clenching. Holy oh god.
Fuck. And this sucks. If I can't get the drill bit out, I'm gonna have to start all over. I tried yanking it out by turning the lathe on while holding the other part still, and even tried putting it in the freezer with diced mangoes, which always helps me relax and shrink in size. But nothing worked. But then I had a genius idea. I grinded some flats on the side of the drill bit and used this wrench to attempt to turn it out.
It's working. Yeah!
Which worked, but I still need to make the hole a little larger. And I've decided from now on, I should definitely use a safer approach and use a dummy and some lubricant. And I'm pretty sure the lathe isn't meant to be making this noise. So I just put on some ear protection to fix the noise. And that looks pretty good. And the blank also fits.
Yeah, just use some ear protection to fix the noise. That will, yep.
So I just cut the tip off using the world's most
Hi,
unpleasant
Crispy.
tool.
God.
And then decided
Everything
I had
about this
enough
video
of
makes
staring
my
at these
butthole
blanks
clench.
and wanted to see what actually happens if I just hit one with a hammer.
3, 2, 1. Yes!
And now without ear protection
When
for
the
some
condom
reason.
breaks in the worst way imaginable.
And I don't know why I did that. My ears
When
are
the condom
literally
breaks when
still
you're
ringing
drilling.
while recording this. But I still decided I want to see what happens if I hit it again, but this time with a nail on top. So I put the nail in, then place the blank underneath. And it's very important I do this in that order so I don't accidentally set off the blank and die. Then I hit it as hard as I could.
2, 1.
And nothing. And again. This time I placed a sharper point behind the blank. And still nothing. And then I tried placing the blank on flat metal and also clamping the device so it doesn't fall onto the ground and then point towards me.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, fuck!
God, what the?
Where is it?
Holy Where did the nail?
Where's the nail? Ah!
Oh, that is terrifying. Oh, I cannot believe that these say they are weak. I am so glad I didn't buy the strong ones. Let's check upstairs and see if that did any damage.
Holy shit!
And that works a little too well, which might be my fault, as I spent an hour like a sweatshop worker machining like 100 nails down until I had an
What
airtight
happens if I
fit in
set
the
off
hole
what
of the
is
hammer.
basically a pipe gun?
And I'm really starting to think I should make
I
myself
mean-
like a Kevlar apron or something to protect my
Right?
innards. If for some
What did he
reason anyone
expect?
watching has some Kevlar they don't want,
Doesn't
that
matter,
they wanna
they're
send me,
weak.
hit me up.
He
Okay,
sealed
moving on to
that
the build,
bitch
I need
so...
to make a hinge between the two pieces. So
It's
I
like
decided
people
to just
throwing
use a store-bought hinge,
explosives,
which will attach
like,
to the bottom of some
New
flat bar
Year's
like
explosive
this.
into
And now it's time for something
sewage
else I've never done,
systems
which is
and
use
go
this tap and
peek at your
die
face
set
when
to
they
create
break.
threads.
It's physics!
But first, I thought I'd better read the instructions very, very carefully to make sure I don't
Firecracker,
die.
yes.
Then, once it was kind of together, I realized a potential problem with my design, which was that the round could go off when I closed the hinge. Which it didn't, so I set it off with a stick once again.
God, this video brings me so much anxiety.
Oh my god, it's too powerful, so it went straight through.
Fuck!
And let's go check
You can
upstairs.
see it hit the ceiling. I wanna see.
Which it did.
I wanna see. You can!
Once again.
Lights out! Right here! Bah!
Oh my god, it's 2,000.
Fuck! I'm so glad these videos are safe.
And let's go check upstairs again. What?
And that works great, but I still decided to swap the hinge out for a more beefy one, which I took from the door of this cabinet. And I like this thing. It's like I'm holding a badly rendered pistol. Now I need to decide on the locks that hold the pieces together. And at first I was going to go with this kind of artistic wanky lock, but I don't actually think it would hold together with the extreme forces on the hammer. So I went with this sturdier one. Then once I tap and not dyed the rest of the holes, I've essentially got the
It's a
finished thing.
pistol now? It quite literally is.
Mate,
Except
that
it
literally
looks
is a
really
pistol
ugly.
now.
And after looking online at other
It's
kinds
quite
of hammers
literally a fucking pistol
and
now!
other stuff, I found this by Adam Savage, which I'm going to take
Glad
for
he
slight
realizes it's a
inspiration
fucking
from.
pistol.
And after all that grinding, I was curious as to how much metal I had actually lost. So I measured it, and strangely, I gained around 1 centimeter. Then I cleaned up the other pieces using my sick tech deck skills
Huh,
from my
strange.
childhood. And so far, this has actually been pretty easy. But now comes the hard bit, where I grind in the more delicate details and risk stuffing up this whole piece, which I'm terrified about. So I rolled a die to see which piece would be sacrificed first.
Okay.
Now I'm going to try and create an angled section on the side. And I can
Oh,
do this
what?
in
Is it
two
hard
different
from the
ways.
grinding
First,
without gloves?
I'm locking the grinding face at an angle. Or I can do my favorite method, which is to lock myself at a 45-degree angle so I'm consistent with my grind. And after combining the two, I created this. So then I just did the same thing on the front
Jesus
to create
Christ.
these
His
cute
hands
little
are the
triangles,
gloves, Lily?
which
My
despite my
bad.
fears actually look pretty
Fair.
good. So then I
God, his
attempted the scariest
fingernails, I
part, which is a
cannot.
rounded groove cut into metal, which blacksmiths and whitesmiths like to call fullers. So I tilted the belt at this sharp angle
Rather
that we
tiny.
started. And while
Those
doing
nails,
this, I
I
actually
just...
found the best angle for grinding
Those
was
nails
when I
look
placed my
awful.
head right here, which allowed me to see right along the face. But it also means the metal dust gets a good view of my face as well. And after all this grinding, I was starting to create a bit of mess on the floor with all these iron filings. But luckily, I had a mate who told me a tip, which was to place a bucket of water directly underneath the grinder, which is actually great as it keeps me nice and cool while doing this hot work.
Oh, God.
Okay, the fullers look
Yeah,
pretty good,
those
although it
ramset
is starting to look
charges are
more
no
like
joke. I
the G
use
word,
those
which
guns
I'm
all
too
the
scared
time
to
at
say
work
on
in
YouTube.
construction.
And this definitely
They
isn't a
quite
G,
literally
it's a
shoot
hammer,
anchors
not
into
illegal.
concrete.
It's just a
Yep.
homemade, slightly a dodgy version of something
I'm
I can
sorry,
buy
Lily.
from stores. So then I
Automatically,
switched to
it's
this
good to
belt,
not use
which I found in the
gloves.
bin of a
Use a
waxing
spinning,
cellar. And the
grinding
tiny
wheel, and if your
hairs
glove
stuck
gets
to this
stuck, your
belt
whole hand
give the
or
metal a
fingers will
really
go into
nice
the
finish.
machine.
Fair, but isn't there some sort of protection? You cannot tell me
And look at that, I'm proud.
using your
It
bare
actually all
hands
looks
is,
good,
is,
except
the,
these
is the
little
best
overhanging
scenario.
lips. So I gave it a labiaplasty.
No? Oh, God.
Now you're probably wondering how I'm going to stick a handle on
His
this thing.
faith protects
And
him.
so am I.
Only
I
cooling
definitely
liquid.
should have planned how I was going to do that from the start, because now
Is
I'm
the
just going to
best
have
way?
to go
God,
with the
it's so
easiest,
scary.
worst
Is this why
option,
his
which is
fingernails
most
are
likely
so
going to ruin
fucked
all
up?
of this work. And I'm going to attempt to weld a piece of pipe here and then just shove the handle in like this. And after a quick test, cutting another piece of pipe and welding that onto
That
another
is
piece of
quite
metal,
literally
and
a
then
break
hitting that
action
as
pistol.
hard as I can against an anvil, I think it might hold. So I just got a piece real hot, squished it in the vise, and then closed my eyes and hoped for the best. And I really hope this doesn't stuff up. This has been my longest project so far and took me a crazy 13 minutes and 59 seconds to get here. And I had to sit through a Nord sponsor and 2 unskippable ads. So this better work.
No routing
And
mask.
after
Just
filling
close
the
your
piece
eyes,
up with
forehead.
about an inch of lava, the weld actually looks alright,
you
and the
close
piece
your
hasn't
eyes? Are your
deformed. So
eyelids
then I
thick
cleaned off
enough
the
to
black
protect
stuff until it
yourself?
was shiny again, and then did some research
Does it
trying
even
to
work?
decide on the finish for this metal.
No,
And what I do
yes,
like
no,
is
not
stone
really.
washing, where you etch the metal in acid. Then people on the internet will get that metal and put it in a rock tumbler to get this nice looking surface which protects the metal from rust and looks rustic. And I don't have a
okay.
tumbler, so I figured out another easy way to make your
Safety
own. All you do is you get your metal, put it in your pocket with some stones from the garden, and then put it in the washing machine for about an hour, which gives you this. And I decided I don't actually like this very much, so I'm sticking with the shiny finish. But I'm also going to copy what every wog that moves to Australia does and cover pointless parts of it in gold in an attempt to make myself look more serious. Then I grabbed some oil and rubbed it all over the wood before using some quick set epoxy and a bolt to lock the handle in place. Now, the instructions of the epoxy don't say you have to panic, but I find I get better results if I use the wrong size bolt, which I then have to cut down and then burn myself on. I then like to freak out that I'm not going to get the handle in place before the epoxy sets, ruining my whole project, meaning I'm not going to be able to upload a video in time and I'm going to become irrelevant and not be able to upload on YouTube ever again. And it worked. Then I
And
took it back
it
to
worked.
the beautiful hairy belt to smooth it out. And I do like these hairy belts a lot. But just like the Thai place down the road, I find I get much better results when finishing by hand. And it's done.
Finishing by hand. Yes. Cute. A motherfucking hammer gun.
So I decided to do one
Fuck's
last
sake.
vice test just to make sure it all still works.
3, 2, 1.
And there it is. Another fucking nail in the ceiling.
Nice. I don't know why I didn't place a piece of wood there or something. Let's go upstairs.
I mean, it shoots right through the fucking wood. What more do you want? Oh my goodness. That's a third one now.
Oh,
Oh goodness.
And I'm
Okay.
very, very happy with that. This thing is powerful and beautiful. Definitely the coolest thing I've ever made. But I just realized that the vise was definitely adding heaps of support on the side and on the bottom of the hammer. So before I swing it by hand, I decided to put it on this rig, which
Good.
perfectly recreates how my arm works.
Good. Maybe you shouldn't swing it. Your poor
I'm not
wrists.
explaining how I know this, but its hammer is very easy to rebuild.
Which didn't work. And again.
It doesn't
Then I
work.
figured out what was happening. My hammer was working in the vise, but not for the reasons I intended. I thought the nail was moving back and pushing the blank, setting it off, but that wasn't actually happening. Because I was scared and crouching down to make sure I didn't die, I was actually hitting the top of the hammer, not the nail, which meant I was squishing these two pieces of metal together, setting off the blank. So I switched to a shorter nail so that the end of the hammer would actually hit the table. And
And
yes. Yes. Whoa.
all right, let's hammer some stuff that you shouldn't be able to, like this fry pan.
what the fuck? Like how you kept the fucking egg in it too.
Oh my god.
And it smashed through that
That
easily.
tool is a war crime by itself.
Jesus, it is. For fuck's sake, man. Fuck.
It is pretty thin metal, so let's move on to some thicker metal, like this, a
Yeah, I
barbecue
wanted
plate,
to
which
penetrate.
is a centimeter and a
Why
half
is there
thick.
always an egg?
one. Far out, that was a loud one. Okay, it's stuck. Ooh. Whoa. It is punched a clean hole. You can see the punch marks. Or the way that it kind of blew it out at the back. That is insane.
And
Finish
after
the
that
sentence,
success,
Lily.
I think
What
I'm going to
sentence?
take it off the rig and have a go at hitting it myself. And I'm honestly so surprised this thing hasn't blown apart yet. And even my dodgy weld
Same.
seems to somehow be holding up. So I stacked up some
How did
stuff
this
in
not
front of me and decided to
explode
hit
yet?
this book.
The fucking egg!
Oh my god.
I wanted to penetrate the fucking floor. Just straight through.
3, 2, 1.
I wanted to penetrate the fucking concrete.
3, 2, 1.
Where did he go?
That was actually fine to hold.
What the fuck?
Don't go all the way through the table.
What?
Went through the book, through the table, through this surfboard I have here.
Why is there a surfboard?
Sticking out. That is insane. I'm gonna stop playing with this thing.
Thank you so much for watching. If you
Fuck,
like, please
man,
subscribe
why is
and check out
everything
some
he
of my other
does
stuff.
so fucking scary? Lily, more? Watch more. We can do another one.